Just when you all thought this Porsha Williams and this Simon Guobadia fiasco was over, honey, it has started again because Simon Guobadia is now suing Porsha. And I know y'all like suing Porsha for what? Because frankly, the last court hearing, Porsha was, she was allowed to stay in the house. She wants to stay in that house, honey, and she's allowed to stay in the home for 2 years. I believe it's 2 years, and it's getting very close to 2 years. So it's almost time for Porsha to leave. But Simon is like, listen, girl, do not play with me. Simon has filed a lawsuit against Porsha, and y'all is not gonna believe what the lawsuit is for, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
And guys, before we get into the video, I do need to make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are sharing the content. And if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you guys have not enabled your bell notification, make sure you do so you don't miss out on a video. Well, as you guys learned with that last court hearing, Porsha was allowed to stay in the home. Simon at that point wanted Porsha's financial status to be revealed at court. And what he stated was the only reason why he agreed to the prenuptial agreement was because the agreement was that Porsha would not work. But now, since she's working, honey, and she's making money, he wanted the prenup to be thrown out, and he just wanted Porsha out of his damn house. Because I'm gonna say it again, I don't know how people stay places that people don't want them at. And in all actuality, she gets to stay in the home. You still gotta move. So I just don't get it. But anywho, honey, Simon is back again. He has not given up, and baby, he's ready to fight yet again in court because he's suing Porsha. And I know y'all want to know, like, what is he suing Porsha for, honey? He is suing Porsha because he's saying that she made defaming statements about him online, honey. And he wants her to pay. I don't know how much he wants her to pay, or we don't even know exactly if he wants money, but generally, when people sue people, that's exactly what they want. Is Simon just fighting back because he wants Porsha out of his house? And we know he lost that case. So is he coming at Porsha because he really want her? Does he just want Porsha out of his home? And since he lost that lawsuit, is he just like, is he just going off on a tangent? But we know that this really happened because Simon is suing Porsha, honey, because he is saying, well, this actually really happened. And we're going to get into it. He wants to sue Porsha because if you guys recall, if not, we gonna bring out the receipts. When they were going back and forth online in their feud, Porsha went low, honey. She went so low as to say that he had erectile dysfunction. Now, she didn't come out and say it was him that she was talking about. But do people need to tell you everything, or do you have a brain in which you can pretty much figure this out? Because he and Porsha were feuding, and her response is why he is suing her. Well, let's go back to the actual post. If you guys recall, they were back and forth with a feud online. Now, Porsha made an interesting post, and she was talking about the cause and the effects of erectile dysfunction. And she said it is anger, frustration, sadness, or a lack of confidence. Then she captioned men's health awareness. Now, what Simon is pretty much saying is Porsha was talking about him. Okay. He is saying that Porsha is talking about him. And Simon is saying because Porsha did these things, he was subject to public ridicule and he suffered severe emotional distress. Now, this is especially since he said that Porsha has a large following on social media. Now, Simon is calling those allegations extreme and outrageous. Outrageous, I'm sorry, guys. And he wants to collect damages. And when I say damages, he want to collect money over what Porsha did. Simon goes on to say those false and defamatory comments about his privates and implying that they did not work has damaged his reputation. He is saying that he suffered largely because Porsha put out to the world that his PP do not work. Now, I don't know if it worked or not. I'm just going off of what Porsha put out in the media about this man, and he is not taking lightly to it. He is suing her. I mean, he wants her to pay him, okay? He also goes on to say that when Porsha made that comment, that several media outlets picked it up, and that only made it worse. Now, I don't know what harm, Simon suffered as a result of this, but now as I go back and look at, some of the things he was posting, it seems like he was actually posting that she was using something to try to defame him and that information was being used as a source of entertainment, which could be a condition that, anybody could have. So, will this come to, the situation where the court finds that she actually did this? Well, here's the deal. She did it. We read it. It's still floating around online. She never called out his name, but I don't know if she needed to call out his name because everybody knew she was in fact talking about him. But I don't know. Will she lose? Like, will there be a judgment against him? The attorneys can argue and say, oh, he's just trying to attack her because, he wanted her out of his house and she's still there and she still has a little while there. That could be very well true, but he does have evidence that this actually occurred. And then who knows, Portia may decide to sue him as well. She may have, thought that some of the things that he said was defamatory. So this is just so crazy, that two people cannot separate amicably to the point that they are willing to just continue to waste money on lawyers. And I'm going to say it again. If I was Portia, I would have been moved out. Like, it's not like, she owns the house that she gets to keep it. It's like she has a rental agreement that she gets to stay there for free. But it's only for 2 years. That time is, if it's not coming up, it will be up real soon. So I would have just left. Like, I'm sure he would have even gave her a little few dollars or whatever to leave. But the fact of the matter is that you just want to stay there is weird as heck to me. But I don't know. Portia may have, some claims that she wants to, countersue him with. Who knows? But when will it stop? So I don't know how this is going to end for these two. It seems like Simon is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and that is to use the system to gain whatever it is he's looking to gain. I don't know if this is revenge, or I don't even know if these statements actually affected him. I would imagine that it would and it could, but hey, he can sue someone just like she can sue someone. So we don't know if Portia is going to countersue. We don't even know if we're going to move into 2025 and have to continually read about these two and their failed marriage. So I don't know, but I want to know what you guys think. And as always, guys, I want to know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share the video. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to enable your bell notification so you don't miss out on a video.